interesting times in the DStv Premiership. It seems like it's all set up now for Mamelodi Sundowns. Banele, we saw Swallows suffer their first defeat against CS Galaxy in midweek, but there's a small contender there, a small fish in a big pond, racing with sharks. We're talking about Orlando Pirates, of course. You think that they're still in a title race?
No, definitely not. I mean, the Pirates fans have been pushing this narrative that they are the challenges to Mamelodi Sundowns, but to be honest, it's not working. They'll say that we're challenging Mamelodi Sundowns, we are in the title race, but in all honesty, I mean, they're not in the title race. If you are leading Mamelodi Sundowns with three games, they've got 3 games in hand, and they're still leading you with 4 points.
With all the pressure in the world.
Exactly. We all know how dangerous Mamelodi Sundowns are in the last 10 fixtures. I mean, history is there. I mean, in the last 5-6 seasons, they've been deadly. In the last 10 games, you can go check for yourself. So, yeah, I mean, everything points in the direction of Mamelodi Sundowns. This team is unbeaten so far this season, and I think it's unfair. I mean, if you look at what they just do, in the second half, they can then this 5 subs thing. I think it suits them so well because they've got all the quality in the world. And yeah, I think in the history of PSL, Mamelodi Sundowns players have played more minutes than any other side in the history of PSL. Yes, I do not have like the exact figures, but I mean, you can tell they afford to have 3 substitutes in the second half, so you've got already 6 players that have played the 45 minutes. That allows them to maintain a healthy depth. It allows them to have a free-flowing squad. So yeah, I mean, with this 5 subs, Mamelodi Sundowns, they'll just run away with everything.
Perhaps the Pirates fans are looking at it that Mamelodi Sundowns are playing so much minutes, and perhaps they will burn out eventually. I mean, because Sundowns have been doing this for the past couple of years, for as long as we can remember. I think before they even won the Champions League, they've been a Champions League team. So perhaps Pirates fans are feeling that, they will burn out eventually.
The thing is, that's what I'm saying, they've got so many minutes in the team. I mean, if you've got a player like Ulisedi Kapinga, who's supposedly is a bench player, but look at the minutes he has played this season. It's a lot. I mean, it equals some of the regulars in the other teams. So that's what I'm saying, Uti. They've got that healthy depth. It's not like, hey, what do they do without this type of player? They've got so many players who are already part of the team and contributing this season. Look at
no one's frozen out.
No one's frozen out. That's exactly it. I mean, look at Richarli. He's not a regular player. He's not a starter, but look at the amount of minutes he's played as well. Look at Rivaldo Kutse. So everyone in the midfield can literally play, and you've got quality players like George Maluleka who often come in every now and then. So that is the story with the Mamelodi Sundowns. I mean, this season for me, even in the CAF Champions League, look at how comfortable they've been. So
away from home.
Yeah, there's only one game this season where they looked like they could have lost the game. It was against the Black Clippers. I think it was against Black Clippers. The Mazulu one, it was more of Nascimento giving them 2 goals, but they managed to score again 4. It was more errors. But the Black Leopards one, there was a red card, and the Black Leopards looked like they were stealing the game, but they managed to make adjustments rather, and they ended up winning the game. So that is Mamelodi Sundowns. So imagine from 16, it's been like one game where I say, hey, they really fought hard, but in the other games they've been like comfortable. Yeah, even the ones they've drawn, I mean, against your TTMs, against your Swallows, those draws. I mean, it was more the opponent gaining a point, and then Mamelodi Sundowns saying, okay, let's say it was even Stevens. It hasn't been the case.
What, in your opinion, should be the aspirations for Orlando Pirates? Because, like we've all touched on, if you're winning 5-1 away from home in the Champions League, and the other team is playing in the Confederations Cup, you're surely not running the same race. It just doesn't work like that. So, what should Pirates be trying to achieve this season?
I think I'm getting number 2 and try play Champions League football next season. I think that should be the objective, and winning the Nedbank Cup. I mean, if you finish second in the league, you win the Nedbank Cup, and you've won MTN 8, I'd say that was a good season for Pirates.
You think they can win the Nedbank Cup? Because against Maritzburg, it was like a proper game of 2 halves. I know we hear that a lot in football, but outplayed, and then
they've been drawn against Polokwane / Mamelodi Sundowns, which I think it will be Mamelodi Sundowns. I mean, we can't speak so highly about them and then say Polokwane is going to beat them.
Especially their and stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, so I'm expecting them to beat Polokwane, and I'm expecting Sundowns again to beat Pirates. But if there's a game they can win, I think it's more of a Nedbank Cup. But the league, for me, I think it's done and dusted. I mean, you can't be losing to a Black Black Leopards drawing to about TX Galaxy. You can see even now the goals, they're struggling for goals. I mean, they've been winning, yes, ngabo 1-0, but hey, you know, you're not running the same race with the Mamelodi Sundowns. That is keeping clean sheets for fun. You've got Abo Shalulile, Nabo Erasmus, Nabo Tembazwane, who are scoring for fun, you know. So yeah, they're not running the same race.
And then, you know, we spoke about Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns meeting in the Nedbank Cup. Their recent head-to-head record has actually favoured Orlando Pirates, so perhaps they could, you know, knock them out of the cup. But speaking of the title race, Swallows, SuperSport United, those teams in and around the positions, are they out?
Out. I mean, in Swallows, yes, everyone has been talking about the unbeaten, and I've always said this. I mean,
5 draws and then
5 draws is 5 points. You know, I'd rather have the two defeats and win 3 games. That's 9 points. You know, so yeah, Swallows have been dropping points, and it was coming. I mean, their squad. It's a short season. Games are coming in thick and fast. You can only have that momentum for a short period of time. You can't have that one momentum throughout the season. You need more than just that phase, you know, in order for you to maintain consistency in any league in the world. So yeah, it was coming that you could see the players are burnt out. Morocco Solos have been found out, and it was coming that eventually Bazuluzi game, and now that they've lost this one game, many more will still come.
Besides, we've also seen many teams start off like a house on fire and then just fade along as the season goes on. But that's what Banele and I think about the title race this season. Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content. Until next week.
Sharp, sharp.
For more soccer betting tips and previews, get the latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Best branch or news agent.